What's good, YouTube? So this is me going off my short. It's November now, 2 weeks, over 2 weeks after CPI released on October 13th. I just want to go over a back test off a USDCAD. There was a great play, just evidence that, orders are being put into the market right before our eyes, hours before, the move's going to actually happen. So there's evidence that this can be seen, and yeah, let's get right into the back test. Okay, so this is the chart as of October 12th. Actually, yeah, October 12th was CPI release. So the Thursday before New York and into London, price was accumulating in a region of interest too. So what I'm looking at here, first of all, is bullishness from USDCAD in the long term, right? Go on the hour, break a structure right there, big volume coming in. At this point, price is here, Thursday sitting here, and it's kind of, a relevant area. This was the last demand, the biggest manipulation before price broke the high. So there's demand here, that's evident, and demand lower, discounted demand. So this is more, I would just say, obviously equilibrium demand, 50% of the range. And what is price doing at this point? That's what I'm looking at, right? And I didn't catch this, but just a back test as of right now. I was looking at other pairs, and then I probably missed it by like 5 minutes, but didn't want to jump the gun. I was just like, oh, that was pretty nice. So price comes into a demand, very discounted of the equilibrium itself, and taps in to that as well. So as can be seen here, price starts accumulating in this range. Some might just see this as a range, but orders are being filled. That's what I see. Key area of interest is, after price breaks this high and fails to create a new low down here. I would say down here. So price does tap into some minor supply, but look at the effort it's putting in. Oh, excuse the heli. That's a big one. So price taps into minor supply, but that's kind of irrelevant because look what it's doing in higher time frame demand. Look how much time it's taking to fill orders. The time spent in this area is way less time spent in this supply. 5 hours versus like over 2 days accumulating down here. Orders are being put in. The real evidence, the news is about to release. I wouldn't be, taking orders right before news release. It's just kind of risky. Just kind of seeing what happens after CPI releases. So here's the news release candle right here. It's kind of obvious, this big wick right there. And just kind of seeing what's happening here, right? Price is accumulating down here, breaking structure. Look at all this liquidity it's taken, right? Boom, right there, even right here. And if you zoom in a little bit more, there's, Wyckoff accumulations happening kind of all over the place. So you can see just down here, another liquidity sweep, and then another break of structure before the news is released right here. But again, I'm not taking anything before this much before news release, just because, the opportunity of slippage. So kind of just waiting for what news does, right? So what does news do here? Before news, takes all this liquidity, all of this, taps into more discounted demand down here. I would count this whole thing, honestly, just because if you want to, this order block, whatever, but there's a lot of effort being put down here. News releases and price break structure again. So what's funny I see here is price, goes. There's a bullish CPI for USD, for sure, but then it retraces back really quickly. With other pairs, I noticed, it's the reverse dollar pairs. that price, you know, it was bearish for the cross pairs and it tanked immediately, no retracement. So it was kind of suspicious to see USDCAD retracing. So, you know, it's retracing with intent after you see what happens. So as can be seen, there's, you know, some levels of imbalance and, you know, some untapped order blocks, if you want to call it that. You know, there's not that much imbalance until you get really about right here, I would say. You know, a key area to mark up, but let's play price. Okay, look what price did. It retraced to go back and fill its last order. Look at this. This was the last sell to buy after taking all this liquidity. Happens before news releases, news break structure, comes back, mitigates the last candle. You know, you could get in anywhere here. You could get in at the equilibrium, whatever the case is, right? This is not really entry specific, but this is a perfect example. Untapped order block, a discounted range within my levels anyway, so there's confluence there. And then kind of just riding to the next high, taking partials and all that. So let's just play price, see what happens. And this would probably be a swing just because of, you know, what price is, you know, just creating a lot of orders down here and probably taking, you know, at least a quarter of the position off at this point. So let's just play price. Okay, so creates a new high. You know, you could probably reduce risk at that point. And then as for a swing, probably, you know, the max up there, you know, majority of the position off at that point. But I'm obviously taking partials. There's supply here, you know, taking partials over here, taking partials at this supply, and then that's the last major unmitigated supply. And then, you know, maybe letting, well, cutting basically 90% of the full position at that point, maybe letting even 5 or 10% ride up into there. So, you know, it's a Thursday, big moves coming. It's not really surprising that this volume is coming in at this point, just because of what's happened already. You know, the cause has been built, and at this point, you know, getting in while the cause is being built, and at this specific moment, building confluence with news and you know reaccumulation of the Wyckoff schematics. There's a micro, you know, small accumulation happening down here too, right? But just taking in confluence with the news and kind of reducing risk and taking partials from there. Yeah, I would only really target this high because of, you know, what's happening fundamentally down here. So let's just skip it, see how long it took. So price does end up breaking the high without stopping out. Let's see how long that took. Doesn't really matter, you know, your profits are secured at that point. It's a 12-day hold for a swing that goes, you can't even see it, it's that crazy. That goes 50 R. I'm down to hold that. You know, if you're holding like 5% still, current market 70, freaking like 2%. So yeah, just a quick back test, just kind of showing how orders are put in place sometimes right before the market goes. So kind of being in tune with the fundamental of what's happening and the long-term outlook. This is how I believe I can truly get bigger risk rewards and kind of build confluence with the fundamentals. Yeah, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and yeah, catch you in the next video. Thanks.